Bro, stop being so squeaky. Yeah, this chair, it's squeaky. Why is it squeaky? Oh, but more importantly, guys, the NFL. Don't make fun of this, guys. Orange is a good color. It's the best color too. Comment section below. Either way, though, guys, yes, it is time to go through the running backs. This position kind of sucks. Not gonna lie. I mean, you'd be on. So if you're gonna take a running back in the first round this year, but this is my 2024 NFL Draft running back rankings, and I'll be going through all these guys. 7 different guys to go through today. Again, this position kind of sucks, but there are some guys who are maybe they'll start. You never know. But yep, second to last position. The NFL Draft is less than a week away, guys. The Rams finally have the first round pick. Please trade it. Don't keep it. But let's go. 2024 NFL Draft running back rankings. Let's get right into it. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the NFL. Of course, please like and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the running back rankings here for this 2024 NFL Draft. Of course, we do have a lot of crap to go through before the draft, guys. It is officially the week before the NFL Draft. I will have a lot of coverage. We will be going through 82 prospects. Basically my big board. I did scout 82 prospects this year, guys. I'm going to make my big board. I'm going to show you guys it and my top 10 prospects later in the week, as well as the quarterback rankings, which, of course, will come out, as usual, on Monday. But running back rankings here tonight. Again, it's top 8. This is just wrong. I'm sorry. It's not right. But, yeah, top 8, guys. Again, we got some decent players in this draft. I do think these guys at some point could be viable starters, but it is not the greatest position. I'd be lying if it was. Let's get right into it, though. That would be Audric Estime, the running back out of Notre Dame, of course, the predecessor to that, of course, being the Rams starting running back. Yeah, top 10, guys. Me, top 5. Kyron Williams. Let's go.
Back against Clemson. His Wake Forest teams were 0-5. How about that run by Estime? A couple of leaps over tacklers.
Estime, of course, of the Fighting Irish. That would be their starting running back for the past 2 years, kind of, I guess you could call it. Either way, though, Audric Estime, again, he had a fantastic 2023 season for Notre Dame. But then, again, his combine, I'll be honest, guys, it just wasn't very good. I mean, he's 5'11", 227. He's a bigger boy for sure. But 4'7", 140 won't do any justice. And he did struggle with some of those other drills as well. Again, superb 23, it's like just ridiculous numbers, guys. He was off the charts. Back in 2021, Estime featured back in 2022. Guys, these numbers are video game when you look at it. Power downhill runner who picks up yards of contact with quickness to be called. It's gone. Estime was a shocking least slow for 40 time, but his Notre Dame 40 we said it was a 4.5. He's probably on a 4.6, guys. He's not one of the fastest running backs you'll ever see, but he does have that breakaway ability at times. He's very explosive, and if he has the offensive line to be able to get in the open field consistently, again, being able to create gaps. Not only what is called penetrating vertically, again in terms of yards created, but also wider gaps. He feasts on those gaps. If you can give him wider gaps, he just blows through them, and he'll get you like at least 5 yards on those plays. That's also, yeah, the 6.8 yards per carry is a little skewed. He had 18 touchdowns, guys. He's a freaking just crazy guy. Breaks a ton of tackles. That's the most important thing about a running back, guys. You can break tackles. You can do a lot of things in the NFL. Again, on 210 carries, he's a workhorse guy. I really think he could be in the league. We'll see again what teams want to do with him. But again, he had over almost like 1,500 total yards. Again, year before as a sophomore, wasn't as dominant, I'd say. But again, still, honestly, probably was even more explosive. Again, he's not a very good receiving back really at all. Kind of his brick hands, but he can run routes, which I really think is big, and also is pretty good in pass pro. But anyway, for Audric Estime, his speed, I'm gonna probably say it's around a 68. I think it's below average, just again, the numbers tell you that, and also the way he plays, again, it takes him a while to get going. His straight line speed isn't elite, but again, for a running back, it is decent. But still not, again, it is below average. Vision, 75. He often does, again, when he sees the right hole, he does go through it. Again, he's not always the most disciplined, though. He does try to bounce runs outside a pretty decent amount. That's not obviously his biggest that's not his style. So again, I don't like that about him, but we'll see if he can improve there. His power game, I'm probably giving this an 86. Again, he just breaks a ton of tackles, guys. Really good power back in the league. Jump cut. I like it, but it's a little bit delayed. I'm gonna say it's really good, but again, if he can really get that more of his again explosive, he will break off a lot more long runs. Elusiveness, Again, a little clunky, but again, he's able to break tackles. I don't think, again, he does have that ability for a bigger dude. I'll give him a 77, though, because it is definitely above average for his size, but it's still nothing crazy. Great, again, short yards conversions. Not number one in this draft class. It's still really good. I'll give him an 82. Again, he's able to definitely get those short yards. Again, what is called roll over. Again, when someone tackles him, again, he's going over them instead of, again, just being stood up. Hands, again, they're pretty much brick hands, to be honest. I'll probably give him a 53. He drops a lot of passes, but I have seen instances where he's been able to do some stuff. Route running, he's a decent route runner for his, again, for what you're expecting, probably around a 74. Again, he does run some pretty good shallow routes. Red zone versatility, again, you can use him in a couple different ways. But overall, again, I don't think he's a guy who's going to always pattern him. Again, he did have freaking 30 touchdowns in the past 2 years, so obviously he knows what he's doing there. 85. You can get him in the end zone in a lot of different ways. Yeah, can he break a tackle? Yeah, he can. I'm going to give him an 87. He isn't an elite tackle breaker. He's not going to break everyone's tackle, but he does break a lot of tackles. First guy, makes a miss mostly every time. Patience, again, this is in a lot of different ways. While the game's developing, a guy like, again, Brian Robinson, who is not a patient runner at all. That is a good comparison between a guy like, I don't even know. I want to say Le'Veon Bell. Those are really the two contraries there as an extreme. But his patience overall, I'll probably give him a 75. Again, if the hole's there, he's going to take it, but it's not all, again, he's not always just trying to churn yardage, which, again, not always trying to look for the big play, which I do like from him. Pass pro, it's a good, again, he's a bigger back, so that does help. I do think his technique is pretty bad, but, again, just being able to get in the way, guys, is really the point here, so, again, pretty good. Explosiveness, again, he's an explosive back for sure. I'll give him an 85, again, really good here, but, again, he does need the offensive line for that. Acceleration, oof. Probably 62. He does not accelerate well. There's no way around it. Efficiency, again, this is just as a running back. How consistently is he getting yardage? I'm going to probably give him a 79, because, again, when you average that many yards per carry, again, over 6, that's just ridiculous. Get his college, but, again, still crazy. Just the way he's able to break tackles. Very sustainable. Improvisation, again, just being able to make creative plays, again, routes, stuff like that. I'm going to give him an 83. Again, he's able to stick plays out really well. Athleticism, I'm going to actually probably put this in 62, probably 66. He's an athletic back for sure, guys, but I don't think he is a no, I'm not giving him 66. I'll give him a 76, because, think about it, yeah. Again, for a bigger guy, he's not supposed to move the way he is, but he's not a superb athlete by any means. You got to realize that about him. But again, you're not supposed to move like that. I got to give him something there. Potential, I actually think this guy, you could argue, has the biggest ceiling in this draft class as a #1 back. Again, there are a lot of things that need to go his way, but this guy, I think, could be a Pro Bowl back for sure. A workhorse, one of the only guys in this draft I could see that happening to. Again, as long as he doesn't get those injuries and doesn't get super duper high workloads, again, he could be that #1 back for a team. Again, that's really what teams are looking for in these type of guys. 73.4, I really do agree with that grade. Again, Gus Edwards with a jetpack is his comparison. Again, Gus Edwards can move as well, but obviously he has that slowed with injuries as well. So again, if Audric Estime doesn't run into that issue, again, as much as Gus Edwards did, he could very well be a #1 back in this league.
They'll go for it. They'll run it. Bucky Irving is gone. The cutback. Irving, his second touchdown. 56 yards from
Desperado.
And up next is the Oregon man. That would be Bucky Irving. Yeah, he's got a really good name, and he's a really explosive back. Yeah, he's 5'9", 192, which is not even close to the ideal size. But, guys, last year Deuce Vaughn was drafted, and he's like 5'5", and that might be stretching it. But right now, he's penciled as the Cowboys starting bell cow back guy. So, yeah, anything's possible. Either way, though, Irving was consistent force for the Ducks in 2023, showing shifty running alongside quickness at the second level. On the year, again, really good numbers, obviously. Irving spent his freshman year at Minnesota. You get the point. Bucky Irving is not going to be a guy who's going to break a ton of tackles. I'd be shocked if he's a workhorse back just because of his things. My ceiling for him is he could probably be a 1B maybe. But also, you got to realize, guys, he's kind of a gadget player, too. That's honestly, that's not a bad thing for him either. Because, again, he's got a lot of good things. He can just, again, change the pace back. He can come in and just completely blow the doors off everybody. Either way, though, again, had 1,100 yards last year, 1,000 yards before. Did not have over 200 carries either year, but again, had 3,000 scrimmage yards combined in those 2 years, which again is just a crazy number. 13 touchdowns. He was able to get in the red zone a pretty good amount. I want to see him score more touchdowns. Out of the pass catcher, though, again, was a very effective guy in 2023. I again did not get to see enough of that in 2022. But again, the fact that he's not a good pass pro, we'll get that in a minute, is also an issue. Bucky Irving, though, 88.2 PFF grade. Again, PFF grades for running backs are kind of BS. I mean, you really don't need to look at them at all. But just for whatever baseline you guys need, he was a good back. But again, this is not a very accurate rating. Because again, it's running backs. Like, come on, they're all going to get high ratings. Either way, though, Bucky Irving, again, we'll get to his comparison in a minute. Speed-wise, 90. It's not just because he's fast, because he's small. He's also just freaking really fast. There aren't really many guys in this, what is called in the NFL I think could keep up with him. But again, if he gets the open field, he's gone. You're not catching him. I mean, it's not Devon A-Chain like Xavier Worthy type of speed, but he has got really good speed, or borderline elite. Vision, I'll give this an 84. He's very crafty with the way, again, he finds his holes. He, more often than not, finds the right one. He is a little too patient at times, though. Again, he does get caught in the backfield, but his vision is very good. Power, it's not there. He can break tackles when he needs to, but it's not like he's going to, again, blow anyone over. Jump cut, very good. I'll give this an 87. It's patient, but explosive, too. You cannot, again, sit back on that because he'll blow by you. But, again, if you do hop on it right away, he will burn you as well. Elusiveness, I'll give him a 76. I don't think he shakes and bakes as well as some people might think him. Again, there's a lot of other backs that I've seen, again, at least on film, that, again, just show the pop. Again, he has a lot of burst, but he's not going to, again, just, like, be able to, like, again, he's not super duper shifty. Short yards conversions, he's okay with these, but I think, again, this is something he definitely improve going in the league. Again, if he just gets a little stronger, again, faster legs, definitely could be better there. Hands-wise, he does have very good hands, but again, I think it's more the awareness overall, but he does have decent hands. Route running, could use some work, 65. Bo Nix throws him open a ton, but I do think his routes are at least, like, again, you can, again, routable, I guess that's not even a word, but a routable route. It's good enough to call it a route, but that might be even stretching it. Red zone versatility, again, he can get in the red zone a couple different ways. Again, the non-existent power I do think does hurt him though. But again, if you put him in a one-eye set, he'll be able to get in the end zone. Breaking tackles, 67. Again, he's just a below average tackle breaker. Again, he does rely at times again on bigger holes, but again, if they do penetrate, it is hard for him to get out of the backfield. But again, with that good jump cut, it usually is able to get away with it. Patience. Very, very patient. I actually like this a lot. I don't think it's special like Le'Veon Bell or anything like that, but he has really good patience, and again, that's something that will help him in the league. Pass protection, again, not great. Probably a 54. I mean, he's small. I don't really know what to tell you. Explosiveness, I mean, he can break. Again, he's gone if you let him in the open field, but again, you can't get, if you do tackle him, he is, again, not easy guy to tackle. You more often than not can't get him down. Acceleration, he does get going really well. Probably a 79. Again, he doesn't get to the edge as well. Again, that curvature acceleration is not perfect, but he's able to do a lot of other stuff with it. Efficiency, very efficient. He gets most of his yards. I rarely see him again get tackled below the line of scrimmage, but at the same point, you can get him in the backfield. Improvisation, I'll actually give him a 94 with this one. He does have special improvisation. I rarely see a back like him who's, again, is able to just cut the play back completely and, again, look like he can do that every play. It's kind of crazy what he does. Oh, yeah, home run swing there. Either way, athleticism, I'll give him a 77. And he's not a freak athlete. He's not going to make you, like, wow, but he's a pretty good athlete. Potential. Again, I just don't see a huge ceiling with him. Again, I think he could be, again, a change pace type, maybe a 1B guy. Maybe, but I see him as a gadget guy in the league, guys. Again, maybe like a third back. Again, you can use him in a lot of different ways, but I just don't see him really ever as a workhorse. But again, he's a pretty good guy to have in your roster for sure. Which means, again, this is a really high ranking for him. But again, this was the 94, but take that away. That's probably around where he sits. Again, he's a good back for sure, but again, just has some things, again, just is limited considering his size and, again, just the overall talent with him.
Ewers off play action, just his third pass attempt, hitting Brooks out in space. He's very dangerous. He's past the 40. Brooks into TCU territory, inside the 30.
Oh, Monte Carlo, a man who's hot as hollow. Take it easy.
Next guy would be Jonathon Brooks. Of course, he was the predecessor or heir apparent, whatever you want to call him, to Bijan Robinson, and last year he definitely showed what he was worth, obviously. 6 foot, 207 though, very good size. Again, ideal, I guess you could say. Did not run the 40, and we'll talk about that in a second. Again, tough runnership. Brooks is strong. Back with athleticism, he definitely showed next level ability as the replacement to Texas's Bijan Robinson. Pound for pound, guys, we'll get in a minute. Probably the best back in this draft class. If not for his torn ACL, which of course he suffered in week 11 week 12, I guess, college football against TCU, that was really ugly. But at the same point, guys, again, we'll see if he can come back and be the same guy. But it's a rough injury. But again, hope the best for him. Again, his draft stock did get hurt, but this guy's a good back. It's just simple as that. Again, last year he had 1,100 yards, 6.1 yards, carried 10 touchdowns, also had a catch, and also had 25 for 286. Again, trust me, again, I watched him, I think, 5 separate times on film against Oklahoma, and every single time he impressed me in a different way. Again, he's just got a lot of very good versatility, very well-rounded. Yeah, as a receiving back, he can definitely use some work, but again, still is pretty viable and usable there. But either way, looking for Jonathon Brooks. His speed, I'm going to give it, again, with the ACL injury, I have to give him a 78. But he's a fast back, for sure. He can, again, be able to get the edge pretty easily. But again, with the injury, I don't know if I can say for sure. His vision, pretty good. He does get caught in the backfield sometimes, getting a little bit indecisive. He can, again, is able to trust his eyes a little better. And again, he can see those blocks developing before they even happen. That would be, again, being able to judge how defenders, again, with leverage and stuff like that. Again, if he gets good there, I think, again, he could be an elite vision type of back. Power, definitely shows it a lot. I'll give him an 82. I think he does have really good power. The only issue, again, if he can really, again, show that it's consistently, he could be a guy who could break a lot of tackles there. Jump cut, probably a 55-6. It's more of, again, it's kind of like, a glide. He's not always trying to, again, really sell, what is it called, one way or another. He's just, again, kind of like being, like, again, not so erratic, basically. Elusiveness, 74. Again, it would probably be around an 88 if, again, he didn't tear that ACL. I just don't think he'll have that sort of agility for a while, if you really think about it. So, again, if he's able to get that back, that would be big. But right now, I'm going to say his elusiveness around average. Quick short conversion is one of his biggest things. Again, I really don't see this changing. 92. He rarely gets popped in those big spots. Hands, he doesn't really get hands. 84. You can throw him a bad pass, will still make the play. Route running, again, he doesn't have much of a route tree, but I'll give him a 77 because, again, the routes he does run are pretty good. Versatility in the red zone, again, I don't think you can actually use him a lot of different ways if you really think about it, because, again, you can't have him line about at wide receiver, and as well, he's not going to always be able to get to the edge as, again, when it's called, when you, red zone. So, again, I think his versatility is a little bit limited, but he can get in the end zone in a couple different ways. Breaking tackles, again, this is one of the things he's better at, and honestly, among all these guys, I'll give him an 85. Again, I really don't think this, I'll give him an 83 because, again, the injury, but yeah, very good at breaking tackles. Patience, again, steady back, but he's not always, again, gonna be again, the most, again, I wouldn't even put, like, taking a step back, but again, he does want to just basically get to the line. He doesn't like getting tackled in the backfield. Not pretty conservative in that way. Pass pro, pretty good. Probably give him an 84. Again, it's not elite, but he's a really dependable guy for sure. Explosiveness, again, he does have a lot of long plays for sure, but again, if he can really take that to the next level, I think, again, he could be a much better guy for sure. Acceleration, probably in the 60s, 66. Again, he can get going pretty well, but again, it's not like, again, super consistent as well. Again, not something I see too often. Efficiency, again, very efficient, 80, probably actually a 90. He's an elite guy in terms of that. I wouldn't be surprised if he averages like 4.5 yards per carry in the league consistently. Improvisation, 75. Again, I've seen it on some occasion, but it's, again, it's kind of flashes more than anything. Athleticism, again, very athletic guy. Lost a little bit of it. I'll give him a 78, though, because, again, I think he's an above average athlete for sure. Potential, again, I think he could be a number one back, but at least at this point, again, it wouldn't be a bad backup. So, again, he does have really good potential. The only issue is, again, if he can bounce back from the ACL injury and really show what type of guy he can be in the league, again, break out for sure. Jerome Ford, just comparison. Jerome Ford was the number one back last year. Again, was pretty serviceable overall. Again, if he turns into a guy like that, would not be disappointed whatsoever. Again, run a 74, overall grade for him.
Allen. Keeps the legs churning. He's in. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
Tryna go against it. Actually, I'm going with you. Gotta get up out of here and you.
Up now is Braelon Allen, Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Badger, I guess you could say. You could argue he looks like Jonathan Taylor, but that's probably the furthest extent. I mean, you watch him run, not very similar, and he's also a bowling ball, guys. He's 6'1", 235, very big back. Didn't run the 40 for a good reason. Ooh, that would just not would have gone well. But yeah, Allen, he's huge power back. He's massive with a steady run over the past 3 years. Again, very consistent. Again, he wasn't as good the past 2 years. We'll get to a reason of that in a minute. But yeah, receiving ability is there. He can run routes. He can catch. Not very well, but he's able to do it. That able-bodied, I guess, as you could put it. But Braelon Allen, the reason, again, we'll talk about his stats right now. The reason, again, his numbers the past 2 years, in 2022, again, the yards per carry would drop by a yard. That's because, again, the Wisconsin offense, again, Graham Mertz was just completely inept throwing the football in 2022. Just wasn't very good. It wasn't also his fault. Wisconsin's receivers and offensive line were just awful. But also when Luke Fickell came in, their offense just completely went to crap with in the running game. Because Braelon Allen, guys, he's a downhill runner. You got to put him on under center for that. Again, he's got to be running at single back. But again, when you're putting him in those shotgun looks, which was, again, basically the whole offense last year for Wisconsin with Tanner Mordecai, it's just not going to go well, guys. It's pretty simple like that, guys. So he did struggle there. Again, also struggled to read holds. Again, had a lot of bounce outside there as well. Again, you saw it would break, honestly, more tackles than he did in his freshman season, but not nearly the same effectiveness because, again, you cannot have him in that type of system. He needs, again, his success in the NFL solely depends if you can go in that inside zone system. Again, if he goes to a team like the Eagles, or I don't even know, like, let's say, the Ravens, he's not going to have a ton of success. Ravens might be a little bit different, but still, again, he needs to go to a downhill team. Again, probably won't go to the Falcons, but again, if he went to a team like that it runs a lot of shotgun, a lot of single back sets, he could have a lot of success there as well. But either way, speed-wise, I'm going to give him probably 64. He's not very fast. I'm not going to say he's slow, but he, again, never been the fastest dude. Vision, again, it's inconsistent. I'll probably give it a 73. Again, he can't get tackled in the backfield. Isn't always great at reading holes. He misses them. I'm not going to say blatantly, but he does miss them. Power-wise, 86. You'd think he'd be a lot better, but again, he's really good, obviously, just because of the sheer size, but he isn't actually as powerful as some of these other guys. Jump cut. His jump cut is actually pretty smooth. I'll give it an 82. I like the way he uses it, again, with his size. Elusiveness, actually, he does use it pretty well, again, considering, again, he's not always going to be the most effective like this, but he does take this type of game when, again, it's hard to gain yards. Tough yardage, 95. Again, it's hard to deny this guy a freaking yard, guys. It's really hard. Hands, 72. Again, they're workable, I guess. Route running, again, you can call them routes, 74. In the red zone, you can use him in a lot of different ways. Again, I think, again, if you use it, but the only issue, again, he's not the fastest. So, again, he is going to have trouble, again, getting open in these small areas. Probably give him a 72 for that, though. Again, he can pound it in, though. Breaking tackles, kind of cut and dry here, guys. He will break tackles just because of his size. I'm going to give him an 85. Again, I think he'd be even better here, but, again, he is really good when it comes to breaking tackles. Patience, no. Just no. Probably a 30. Really bad. He will run into guys, like, very often. Pass protection, okay, probably 75. I'm okay with it. Nothing special, though. Explosiveness, again, he's not going to break a long run here and there, but again, he can get in the open field and make a play. Acceleration, 80. It's not like J.K. Dobbins now, but yeah, it's not fun to watch, but he does accelerate pretty well. Efficiency, again, he's just not patient. He's got to take his yards, so probably like around a 55. I think, yeah, he'll probably be around like a 4-yard per carry guy in the league. It's just going to be how it is. But his improvisational skills, again, he does show them, so I'll give him a 71. But again, if he's able to, again, display a little bit more of this in the league, that would be nice to see. Athleticism, not the most athletic guy. Probably going to give him around a 60, which is the reason I'll probably give him around a 72 for potential. I don't think he has much potential, guys. Braelon's guy I do like, but he has a lot of work to do, in my opinion, to become, again, a guy who can be effective in the NFL, because not only does he have to go to the right team, but Audric Estime, guys, you could see already, he had a really good 2020, again, in the few snaps you saw him. But again, once teams figured him out and realized just get him in the backfield, make sure, again, these holes that, again, the wide open holes are just not there. Don't, as a tackler, be conservative. If you're able to do that against a guy like Braelon, who's looking to run you over at times, it is a lot easier to make plays on him. So, again, if Braelon can reinvent himself in some ways, become a little more patient, and just take, again, his lumps at times, that would be huge. Because, again, he will have games where, again, he does struggle, but, again, if it's not every single down where he can just become completely inefficient back, that would be huge for him, again, in being able to be an effective NFL running back. But, again, he has a lot of stuff depending on him. Whatever team he goes to, they're going to have a lot of work to do to make him, again, a good back.
Jaylen Wright, big opening off the right side. Off to the races and maybe gone. Jaylen Wright, one snap.
Next, what is Jaylen Wright, of course, at Tennessee? Yeah, he's up. I love this guy, guys. I, love him. I want the Rams to draft him because Kyren Williams is just a bundle of just bowling ball. But if we can get a guy like Jaylen Wright who, at any play, can just blow up, that would be awesome. This is the guy I want the Rams to draft in, the 4th round or something against a back running back. We need a backup running back. This guy would be huge for us. But outside of that fact, Jaylen Wright, guys, he is just a machine. Every single play, guys, yeah, I get the explosive plays. They help out a lot with his yards per carry. I get that. But I can count 3 times that he got just completely knocked around down the line of scrimmage. Yes, I get the fact that he has no power. He is not a power back whatsoever. But you get him an O-line that can penetrate consistently, and yes, he can bail you out in the backfield. He is very shifty, and he also can break tackles. Again, the magoof-and-oof, the bull crap, he is really good at, what is it called? Working out. Again, this is a guy you want to draft. I'm not even kidding. You need a backup running back. Perfect fit for it. Perfect. Yeah, probably never going to be a starter. Yeah, maybe a couple of games here and there. But again, like Giovanni Bernard could be one of the best running backs in the league, guys. He has so much there. But again, last year, over 1,000 yards, only 137 carries. That's ridiculous. Again, not a big, big load running back by any means. But yeah, also in the red zone, much better in 2022 with that. He, as a receiving back, he did make some plays, but again, that's not where he's big. He's an explosive running back that will guarantee you at least, 3 yards on every play. It's huge for teams, and again, a lot of NFL teams are missing this. Again, he is a very valuable back in the draft. He might not be the best, but he's got a lot of good things that are going for him. Speed-wise, he's got downright elite speed, guys. I'm going to give it a 93. It's not special speed. I think there are some other guys, maybe not in this draft class. You could argue, he's an elite. I think he's faster than Isaac Guerendo, but he's got elite speed in my opinion. It's not special because there are guys in this draft that are faster than him. And again, not every draft does have an elite speed guy. Most drafts do, or a special guy in terms of speed. But he's not a generational speed guy, but he's right on that cusp. He's elite speed. It's really hard to tackle once again what UNC gets going. Vision, it's really really good. He gets really what is it called? Particular though. He wants that right lane. He is not going to take something that again is bad. Again, you think, oh yeah, see the lane, go the lane. That's not him. But his vision is off the charts. But again, it does hurt him in ways. Power. Yeah, I already talked about it. He has no power. Probably around a 40. Do not expect him to really knock anybody over. Jump cut. Very fun to watch. It's downright nasty. Elusiveness. Probably going to give him 78 because once he starts getting downhill, it kind of minimizes. But in the backfield, in terms of patience, he can make linebacker mistakes. Again, if linebacker comes right in the backfield, you're not guaranteed really at all to tackle him. Again, you're going to have to make a nice play there. Short yard conversions, don't really count on it. Probably around a 53. This is where again he does get ineffective there. Hands, they're okay. I don't know, probably around dead average, 72. Route running, a little better, 76. He's a little more decisive with this, and also again does actually create some separation. Red zone versatility, again, you can use him in a couple of different ways, again, as a receiving back, maybe. But again, he's not the most versatile. Probably going to give him a 63. Breaking tackles, again, he does break tackles at a decent clip, decent enough, I think, for the league, so I'll give him a 73. Patience, 97. Guys, he'll literally wait for 5 seconds. Again, elite patience. He could get tackled in the backfield 5 straight plays, and he'll still be going in consistently. Again, just being same mindset every play. Pass protection, not great. I'm gonna probably give him a 65. You could probably get a big enough guy just to knock him over every play. Explosiveness, you already know, probably a 92. Elite explosiveness, I don't think it's considered special because again, it's not like Saquon Barkley at Penn State every play, but it is very explosive. Acceleration, 90. He gets going really quick. Efficiency, 85. Again, I don't think this will be as good in the league. I don't think it translates as well. But again, 7.4 yards per carry speaks its volumes. Improvisation, 86. Again, he has a lot of he just allows to do stuff really well. Again, this is another thing. Again, in the backfield, he's very good at getting out of bad situations. Athleticism, 84. Again, I don't think he has the same pop that some of these other backs do. That again, just naturally, but he's a very athletic dude. Again, he can make a lot of plays out of that. Potential, best backup in the league, but that's really how I think. I don't think he'll ever be a #1 guy. It's just simple truth about it. But he could be the best backup running back in the league in a lot of places. Again, you can put him in any offense and it'll work out. Pierre Strong Jr.'s comparison, which I kind of like, to be honest, but same point. Pierre Strong Jr. really hasn't gotten the chance yet. If you give Jaylen Wright the chance, guys, he's going to break through and be a really reliable #2 back.
McCarthy, wide open. Catch made by Corum. First down and much more. Weaves its way into Alabama territory.
I know you won't, 'cause we share common interest. You need me there.
How about it? It's time for Blake Corum, of course, Michigan's national champion, bell cow back. Yeah, the knee injury, knee contusion did slow him at times in 2023, but his numbers are pretty ridiculous, guys. Again, physical runner with quickness, strength, elusiveness, and good feel. He's not fast. I mean, just not. But again, starting ability in the NFL, probably the only guy in this league I could legitimately see snatching a starting job by the time the NFL season starts. I'm not even kidding. But we'll see if he can get to that point. But again, when you have 28 total touchdowns, I mean, he had 19 in 2022. That was his best year, if you didn't know. Again, he averaged almost 6 yards per carry on, what was it, freaking 250 carries. Blake Corum, his explosiveness and his speed are not what they used to be. I mean, again, he's got a lot of carries, guys. I mean, it's not Jonathan Taylor type of numbers or like CMC type of numbers, but he got the hefty workload. He really took it well in 2023. Again, 258 carries, over 1,245 yards, getting 27. It's just that's not a crazy number. Yeah, a lot of those are goal line carries. Cut it in half. He probably ran for like legitimately 16 touchdowns last year, but 27 is just, it's a ridiculous number. There's no way to put it, but. For him, his speed, I think it's below average. I mean, again, you could make a lot of arguments about him. Yeah, 4.51 is not bad. That's what he needed to run. But guys, Blake Corum is not a fast running back. He's just not. You can catch him. You can. But it's not, you might think it's, again, playing speed and then that, but he's a slower running back on the field, and you'll see why. His vision is probably the best in this draft class, given an 88. He rarely misses a hole, and when he does, he gets mad about it. Power, for again, his guy who is not the biggest, it is big, 83. Again, he can get moving. Jump cut, not great. It was much better in 2022. Probably around a 75, but again, he does make plays off of it. Elusiveness, very good. 84, I'll probably give him. Great short yard conversions, probably around a 77. Again, in the red zone, he's a lot better, obviously, because of the incentive of a touchdown, but overall pretty good. His hands, they're reliable. That's probably about the extent of it. Again, he's going to not make any incredible plays. Route running, not good. Again, it's hard to get him the football there. In the versatility in the red zone, I mean, you can get the ball any way you want, to be honest, guys. Probably around a 93. Again, elite red zone versatility, guys. Again, he's going to score touchdowns. Breaking tackles, he's a very good, actually, breaking tackles, even though he's not the fastest guy, 86. Patience, pretty patient, but same point, it's not anything special. I'm not going to, again, he's not going to be the guy who is going to be making guys look silly in the backfield. Speaking of that, pass protection, good, 76. But again, it's a running back. What do you expect? Explosiveness, 77. He can't break long runs, but it's come like again few and far between, at least last year. Acceleration, he does get accelerating pretty well, 82. Again, much better towards the end of the year, which I do like about him. Efficiency, pretty efficient. Again, does take his lumps at times. Again, I think he could be better with for sure. See if he can break more tackles there, but probably around 74. Improvisation, 86. Again, he makes a lot of nice plays there. Again, he's a guy who can again make something out of nothing. And speaking of that, athleticism, 77. I don't treat him as, again, a great athlete, but he is definitely above average, again, with some of the plays he makes. I don't think many of these guys can do that, what he's able to at times. Potential, again, probably around an 84. Again, I think he could probably be a Pro Bowl running back at some point. Again, he's got a lot of different things going for him, but I really don't see him as an all-pro guy, just considering, again, the injury history and the fact that, again, a lot of things would have to go right for him to get to that point. But, again, overall, it's, again, a guy who could be a starting running back in the league. Khalil Herbert, again, good comparison. He should be a starting running back in the league as well.
To arriving to Florida State. A toss to Benson. Benson with a hole. Still on his feet. Cutting back inside. Headed towards the sideline. Breaking for the end zone. Touchdown!
Leaving me behind. Never know, no. Just one out of here, yeah.
Our penultimate back, that would be Trey Benson, of course, who was Florida State's bell cow back last season. And the one way I guess you could put it is that he is the fetch, at least the way he runs, to Todd Gurley. And yeah, there's a lot of different things you can say with Trey Benson, but the simple put is he's just, again, very good stride as a runner. It's very simple, but it's very, very clean. And that's what I think, again, really will make the difference from the league. Again, strong down and running with strength to end his rushes as well. Again, he can really, again, get that extra yard. Benson becomes a starting running back with a quality debut. He is not sure good, and yeah, a boost with a fast. Yeah, again, he ran a 4.39, guys. He had an incredible top line. Trey Benson at the time, I'm like, yeah, this guy's gonna be probably gonna be, again, could be around, I don't know, 4 back, but he's pushing round 2 with, again, the way he's carrying himself through this draft process. Again, last year, production is definitely a little lacking. Again, he never really had a season where you're like, holy crap. But again, he's a very viable receiving back for sure. Again, I want to see a little more consistency for sure there. But again, as a runner, broke a ton of tackles and also made a lot of nice plays. But again, had yeah, the production isn't super there because, again, you look at Florida State offense, very conservative in a lot of different ways. But again, 900 yards both years. I want to see him again be able to get a little bit better. Again, the efficiency was not there last year overall. But again, if he can continue to be like this, I think, again, he can be a very good back. Has a lot of good intangibles as well. Speed-wise, 86. He is very good speed. He's a good breakaway from a lot of different dudes. His vision, while inconsistent, could develop into something that, again, it could be a strength for him. His power is good. Again, rare for a guy you watch, again, with that speed power combination. It's not easy to find the guys like that. His jump cut, it's not pretty, but again, it works. So, I might not like it on film really at all, but if it works, that's what matters. Elusiveness, it's okay, probably around a 75. Again, he can make guys miss, but it's not really what he depends on by any means. His grit, again, this is probably another thing that, he excels in. 90, it's borderline elite. Hands, they're very reliable, actually. I haven't seen him drop a pass yet. I really get on film. Maybe a couple, but again, they really weren't his fault. Route running, probably around a 63. He can't run a wheel route for his life. Please tell me why. Red zone versatility, again, I think this guy could be, again, perennial. Again, he does struggle getting in the end zone for whatever reason, but again, if he's able to, again, get into an offense, he's able to, again, get his skills right, I think, again, he could be in the right place. But I'm going to give it 77 because I do like the potential there. Breaking tackles, again, he did break a lot of tackles, again, overall. But, again, I think some of them are just, like, again, crappy tackling attempts. Not really him actually being able to just, again, be a freaking bowling ball. But I'll give it 78, though, because, again, he did break a lot of tackles for a reason. Patience, 73, again, he just hits the holes that are right. Again, that's why I think his vision can definitely develop. Because, again, if he's able to become a little more, again, sit back a little more, he can really, again, hone in on that. Because, again, he is seeing the holes for sure. Pass pro, reliable, 84. Again, you probably put him legitimately against a lot of blitzing linebacker. Explosiveness, again, something that, again, he can definitely grow with. An 80, probably, again, red zone breakaway. He's in the end zone. But also something, again, we want to see with those bigger runs. Acceleration, 76. Does take him a minute to get going, but when he can break a tackle, arm tackle, he's pretty much gone. Efficiency, again, we didn't see a great amount of it last year, but again, something, again, he can work on for sure. Improvisation, 90, probably. He's borderline elite, guys. You watch some of those plays with Jordan Travis, it's pretty fun to watch. But his athleticism overall, probably around an 82. Again, he's a really good athlete, but again, consistency is key for him. And obviously, with his potential, again, RS score doesn't really translate this, but I actually think he could be a star in the league, so I'll give him an 83. Again, we'll see if he can get to that point. But again, Tiger with his arthritis, his comparison, just again, the running style is basically, again, seamless when you look at those two. But again, around 75.1, which again I think is pretty fair for Trey Benson, who's again very reliable back. We'll see if he can get to that for sure. And let's round this thing out with Isaac Guerendo.
Staying with Guerendo on this drive. Big back up the middle, huge hole into the second level, stays on his feet. 10-yard line, 5, touchdown, Cardinals.
I mean, this is kind of like Johar Jordan. I'm sorry, I watched like 4 games of this guy. Yeah, again, 2023 had big numbers, but we'll talk about Isaac Guerendo in a second. But either way, I'll just basically talk about, he played from 2018 technically, but yeah, he was a redshirt. But 2018 to 2022, he transferred with Wisconsin. But either way, for Isaac Guerendo, again, played 6 games, missed the rest of the year with a hamstring injury. 2020, another hamstring injury, and then 2021, he played 4 games, Lisfranc injury, and then 2022, he played pretty well, again, as a kick returner for Wisconsin, but was not used the same way I think he should have as a runner. Then obviously hurt him. But last year, again, you look at his numbers, only 810 yards, yes, and 11 touchdowns. But again, you look at it, playing for Louisville, guys. Louisville offense was just not very good. Yeah, they were one of the best team, one of the better teams in the country in terms of, again, respect. Again, probably second best team in the ACC, or third best if you really look at it like that. But again, he was the best player, honestly, for Louisville last season. Maybe outside of, again, a couple of offensive linemen, and again, they had one defender. I think, what was his name? Whatever though. Same point. Yeah, I think he's gonna draft 2025. That guy's freaking stud. But either way, Isaac Guerendo, yeah, 810 yards last year, 11 touchdowns again in his really first full year of getting some decent workload. Obviously, worked a while to get here again as a senior, 5th-year senior as well, or technically 6th year. But yeah, Isaac Guerendo worked really hard to get here again. He's a very talented player for sure. Again, I think people need to realize that about him. Yeah, Johar Jordan got a lot more carries than him. Again, he's a much better player than him. Trust me there. And even more importantly for Isaac Guerendo, guys, when you have Jack Plummer's quarterback, I mean, I really don't know what you expect there, guys. He's just not very good. But, yeah, again, in an offense that, again, didn't always fit him at times and change the pace back, I think he did a very good job last year. Either way, though, for him, his speed, again, he ran the fastest 40 out of anyone except, again, Nate Wiggins and Xavier Worthy. So, with that in mind, he's probably got a least fit. I'll give him a 92. I do think that in-game, Jaylen Wright is a faster player than Isaac Guerendo. Isaac Guerendo is very fast, obviously, on numbers, but watching them play, he's faster. It's just simple truth. Even though it doesn't time like that, he is. Vision. It's not great, but the way he is able to carry himself throughout, again, the start of a run, it's very good. He is very, very, very comfortable. Power, not great, but he does have toughness, which I do like. Again, that'll be more for the grit. Jump cut. 82. Again, it was much better earlier in his career, and a few carries he did get, but he's stuck with it and gotten better there. Elusiveness, he's very elusive. He can make you miss a lot. 84. Grit, he's got the grit. I mean, that's for sure. Probably an 88. Again, sometimes he does. He's got to keep those legs churning at times, but that's really all I got to say about his grit, because, again, he's very good at getting that extra yard. Hands, not great, but, again, he has the potential 73. Route running, he can run a wheel route pretty well, and, again, I like some of the stuff off of that as well, so probably run a 78. Has potential to be a very good route runner in the league. Red zone versatility, you can get the ball a lot of different ways. I think that's one of the reasons he got so many touches in the red zone. Breaking tackles, not his strong suit, probably give him around a 64, but it's not the end of the world for him, considering, again, the way he runs. Patience, not too patient, but it's not the end of the, again, it's probably around 69, to be honest. It's around the average, but I want to just do that because, again, it's nice. Pass pro, 72. He's doable, serviceable. Explosiveness, he's pretty explosive. Again, you can see those, break all those long runs. But, yeah, I want to see him more consistently. Acceleration, doesn't have the acceleration, I think, that, again, is needed to break some of these, like, 80-plus yard runs. That, again, I think it will be helpful for him in the league. But 84 still, because, again, he has a really good acceleration, all things said. Efficiency, not consistent enough for me to really, again, warrant anything above a 62. Again, he just, again, doesn't really show that, again, on again, in every down-to-down basis. Improvisation, pretty good. Again, I like the way, again, he's able to create some plays, but, again, if he's able to, again, open up his eyes a little bit more, again, I think he can have a couple more big runs. Athleticism, athletic dude, again, you can see he's very talented in that way, probably around 87. He's kept in the league, getting really good athleticism overall. His potential, I don't see him as a starter in the league, but, again, if you need him to be, again, you can see. But, again, he's an older back. I really don't know what to expect him. Again, Stephen Ridley's his comparison. That guy went for a 1,300-yard season. Yeah. Again, flamed out in 2018. But, yeah, Stephen Ridley, guys, yeah, he kind of lost it at times, but that guy was a freaking bullet at the start of his career. Again, if Guerendo can take advantage of that, that would be huge. I really, again, think he could be a good back, but, again, I don't see this guy as, again, a real workhorse. Because, again, he really never had more than 150 touches in a season. Which means, again, his grade's going to come out to around a 75, which, again, is a little high for me. But, again, overall, I do like his potential. Let's get now into these overall running back rankings. Audric Estime's overall grade came out to around a 74.4. Again, I like his juice. I like his power. I like his grit. Again, overall, not the most athletic back, and I don't know if he can really stick as a number one. But, again, as a change of pace back, as that power guy, penetrating into the end zone. Big guy. Also handled a pretty good workload there at Notre Dame. Bucky Irving, probably the most versatile back in this draft class in terms of, again, that overall, again, elusiveness and that speed combination. But, in my opinion, I think, again, he's just not a true workhorse. But, again, we can see if he can turn into that. Jonathon Brooks, 75.2, again, pound for pound, probably is the best back in terms of talent in this draft class. But, again, with that injury, really don't know what to expect from him. But, again, could be a guy who could really break out in this class. Braelon Allen, my issue with Braelon, guys, is that he's not fast. And, again, he's not talented enough, in my opinion, to the point where, again, he could go into a system and work things out. He needs an offense that's going to tailor towards him. If that can get done, though, this guy's going to be a beast. No doubt about it. This guy's going to be one of the better backs in the league if you put him in the right system. If you don't, it's not going to be super successful for him. Jaylen Wright, I mean, this guy's going to break off a long run whenever he feels like. Again, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. But, again, that's not something that, again, you can really see from a number one back. But, again, he is an explosive demon. Watch out for him. Blake Corum, again, probably the most safest bet to be a true number one back in this draft class. With the injury, it is a little bit of a concern. Again, he's also pretty slow. My bad if you get annoyed with that, but yeah, again, pretty much could be an average starter. Trey Benson, 75, potential to be a good player for sure. Again, I think he probably has one of the highest ceilings out of anyone except probably Jonathon Brooks in this draft. But again, he also has a couple things that he needs to work on for sure. Again, if he can get those better, he's going to be a good player. Guerendo, again, he's got a lot of battle through a lot of different stuff. Again, I think he can definitely be a viable number two back for sure. But again, considering he really has never handled really any sort of workload, you really don't know what you can get out of him. And those are my overall rankings, guys. My number one guy is Blake Corum with the 75.4. Should be an average starter. Jonathon Brooks, again, has a lot more potential, but again, around an average starter grade for him. Again, ton of potential, though. Trey Benson, again, same thing with potential, I guess, kind of with Jonathon Brooks, but again, probably going to be around an average guy. Audric Estime, again, all these guys are very close there. Jaylen Wright, a little lower, just because, again, I don't think he, again, it can really stick as that true, as a true number one. Bucky Irving, same type of thing, but again, I don't think he has the same, juice that Jaylen Wright has. Braelon Allen, again, and you have to do a lot of different stuff to get them going, but that's really how they get. It's really these top four, then you have these two guys, they can kind of gadget guys, then you have Braelon Allen, Guerendo, who could be solid backups in the league for sure. That is all I got for my 2024 NFL draft running back prospect rankings. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to get the quarterbacks coming out probably on Sunday, so stick around for that. I'm going to be going through probably 8 different guys. Again, you're going to want to stick around for some of my takes, guys, because trust me, I've watched a lot of these quarterbacks, and I got some hot takes on some of them. Well, until then, though, here's the Red Sox play, and yeah, see you on Sunday.
Fly ball, that one headed for the alley. Santana with a dive, he can't get it, it rolls behind him. Renfro backs him Sirius heading for third. Here's the throw to tag.